Okay, so today, right now, we're going to be doing a little extra help with parallel and perpendicular lines. The directions are like what you might have for homework. Write an equation in slope-intercept form of the line that passes through the given point and is parallel, so I put it in capital letters, to the graph of the equation. And it says graph each set of equations. So, first of all, you have to say, is my equation that they gave me right here, I'm going to find my cursor, right here, in slope-intercept form. And it's not. So my very first step is to put that equation in slope-intercept form. So we're going to start over here. And we're going to write the original equation. So we have 9x plus 3y is equal to 8. Okay, I need to put it in slope-intercept form, so I need to get the y by itself. That means I'm going to move this 9x to the other side. Okay, it's a 0, it's gone. I have my 3y. I like my x in front, so I'm going to put 9x plus 8 over here. Okay, now I'm going to divide by 3, divide by 3, divide by 3. Okay, this is now y. Negative and positive is a negative. 3 will go into 9 3 times, and I keep the x. And right now I have 8 over 3. Okay, so now I'm going to take this information and I'm going to graph it. What do you need to know to graph? You need to know your slope. So my slope is negative 3, and then I need to know my b. What is my b? My b is 8 over 3. But that's going to be hard to graph. It's easier if you graph a mixed number. So how many times will 3 go into 8? And I say 2 times, because 3 times 2 is 6. How many are left over? We have 2 left over. It's going to make it 2/3. So my b that I'm going to use at my starting point is 2 2/3. So now I'm going to go down to my graph. And on my y-axis, I'm going to find, and I'm going to put it right here on the top of this graph. I'm going to find 2 2/3. That's my b. And my slope, we said, was negative 3, just so I don't have to go back up. Alright, so I'm going to find 2 2/3 on my graph. So here's my graph. Here's 1, here's 2, and 2/3 we're going to say is almost to 3, but not quite. So it's somewhere in this vicinity, and I know it's not going to be really precise, but it's somewhere up in there, a little bit more than half, but not quite to 3. And then my slope is negative 3, so I'm going to go down negative 3. So from here to here, that's 1. From here to here, that's 2. From here to here, that's 3. And remember, these are just estimates. So I went down negative 3 and over positive 1. That's my second point. Or I could go back up to my 2 2/3, and I could go up 1, I could go up 2, and I could go up 3, but then I need to go over negative 1. Okay, so hopefully that kind of helps you see how you're going up. So I'm going to get rid of all those loopy things that I did so you could see where I was counting. And I'm going to draw a straight line the best I can do without a ruler. It's going to go through here. Let me see what color I can use. Let me use gray. Okay, and I'm not very sturdy with my pen, but if you had a ruler, it would look much better. Okay, there's my line. And I know it's really crooked, but I hope you kind of see the idea. Okay, so that's my line. It should go right in here and it should be straight. Okay, that's my first one. Now I need to find a line that is parallel. And I'm going to erase all my work I did here so we don't get confused. I graphed my first line. Okay, and now I'm going to take and I'm going to do a line that is parallel. So we know that our slope is -3. I kept that information down here. I didn't erase that. So now I need to do a new line that has a slope of -3 and it has the points -1 and -4. So I'm going to substitute -4 where the y is. I keep my -3. I'm going to substitute -1 where the x is, plus b. It's always plus b. So now I have -4 is equal to negative and negative is positive. 3 times 1 is 3, plus b. I'm going to subtract 3, and I get b is equal to -7. Okay, so now over here I know my b is -7 and my slope is -3. I'm going to use that information to graph, so I'm going to move down again. So my beginning point is -7, so I'm going to go down here and find -7. -7 is going to be the very last tip, right down here. And now, if it was more than -7, I would just put points there. Remember, these are just estimates, just so you can get an idea. Okay, my slope is -3. So I can't go down anymore, so I have to go up. +1, +2, +3. But now by going over, by going over -1, that's how I get a negative slope, because positive and negative is a negative. So I'm going to go now do it again. Go up 1, go up 2, go up 3, and now I'm going to go over -1, which is right there. And I could keep going on and on. Let's do it one more time. Up 1, up 2, up 3. That's my positive move, and now I have to go over a -1 move. Okay, so those are my points for my line, and I'm going to graph it. And again, I know it's not going to be very straight. It's going to go down here, and it's going to be a line that is parallel. Let me scroll down so you can kind of see it, to the first line. Okay, so I wanted to show you an example of how to graph when you had fractions as your b, or a mixed number. Okay, so that's extra help with parallel perpendicular lines. We'll call that extra help number 1. I'm going to save that as one lesson, or say number 4, as one lesson. I'm going to stop it, so in case you just need to see that part, you've got it. Let's see. Okay, I changed the title. So it's extra help with parallel and perpendicular lines when b is a fraction. We'll call it that. So if you need help with that, hopefully you're watching it and you got your question answered.